like Clark, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual.
What is going on, guys? It's Wraith here, back with another video. Now, for those of you who are returning subscribers, hopefully you guys notice the new intro and hopefully you guys like it. Let me know down in the comments if you do enjoy it. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty dope, but I want to hear what you guys think because obviously you guys are the ones that are watching it the most. And also, I got a new Fortnite creator code. Instead of Wraith-YT, I changed it to WraithFN. Just to make it a little bit easier for you guys, I'll show it on the bottom right of the screen right now. But again, WraithFN for you, those that want to support me. I'd appreciate it so much. And let me know down in the comments if you guys are using it, and I'll make sure to leave a reply for you guys. And yeah, so in today's video, I'm going to be going over the top 10 Fortnite pro players right now. And this is overall gameplay, what I think about them, and also how they've done in the World Cup. That's going to be the biggest factor today, but there are going to be some on the list who've only qualified for solos or just duos, but there's still 4 more weeks to go, especially the ones tonight, so we'll see kind of how everything goes. But yeah, let's get right into the video. Now, coming in at our number 10 spot, we have PhaseFunk. Now, he honestly, I don't think is that like widely known. Like, everyone knows who this guy is, but no one actually like really knows who he is, if that actually makes sense. But he's qualified for the week 3 solo as well as a week 4 duo with his duo partner Nate Hill. Now, they're both absolute gods, and that's why they've done so well. They've done really well in more than just the World Cup and other tournaments as well. And Funk is definitely a good choice to someone who would win, who has a chance at winning the World Cup. He's probably not the #1 guy, I'd say, but he definitely is one of the guys I'd say has a good chance at actually winning. He's a very filthy player overall, and I think his best quality is definitely in duos. Now, coming in at number 9, I have the fellow Canadian NRG Zate. Now, this guy is honestly a big inspiration to me because he's one of the only Canadian pros in Fortnite that I know of, actually. And he's an absolute god. Like, he is just filthy. He's placed really well in all tournaments. He has really good prize pool winnings, and he's just an absolute god. And he qualified in the week 4 duo with Ghost Saf, who's also a very good player, and the week 5 solo. So it took him a little bit longer than most pro players, but again, he's made it both, which means he's won 100K, so not too bad. I mean, I'd like $100,000, but hey, how she goes. And now let's get into number 8. Now, coming in at number 8, we have the toxic controller god, Ghost Izza. Now, this guy is the only controller player that I think deserves to be in the top 10, but he literally does deserve it. Like, he is an absolute fiend. He's the best controller player, I think, personally. Like, better than Neo, better than all those guys, better than Aiden. And he's just an absolute god. Now, his duo partner is mongraal, and they qualified in the week 2 of duos. And he also qualified in the week 5 solos. But yeah, like, the fact that he can do so much on a controller and R2 and R1 and all that kind of stuff. Like, I used to play controller, and I was decent, but like, I was like probably 0.5% of what is now. Like, that guy is just an absolute beast, and I can't understand how he can keep up with these PC players and keyboard and mouse players and actually dominate them in most games. It's absolutely incredible. This guy is so naturally talented, so mechanically good for controller. But enough about him. Let's get into number 7. Now, FaZe Mega is coming in at number 7, and he was kind of an underrated player. No one really knew who he was until he qualified, and you'll see his duo partner in the future of this video, who is an absolute god. But yeah, he got signed to FaZe, and everyone started recognizing who he was after he qualified, because after he qualified, and I think it was week 5, FaZe signed him. I could be wrong about that. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, FaZe signed him, and he started to get a little bit more recognition. But before World Cup, I honestly had no idea who he was. Didn't really know much about this guy until I started watching his gameplay and realized, oh my god, this guy is absolutely filthy. I think he's 15 years old, could be 14. But yeah, he's qualified in the week 5 solo as well as the week 6 duos with FaZe dubs. And yeah, this guy is just an absolute god among men. He is filthy. Now, coming in at number 6, we have the super well-known Ghost Bizzle, who's only qualified in the week 1 of solo. He has yet to qualify in the duos. I haven't really seen how he's done in the duos. I don't even know who his partner is. But yeah, this guy is an absolute man. I'm sure all of you guys know who he is. He's the #1 top earner in all of Fortnite for esports and competitions. He's absolutely filthy. He's known as like endgame clutch god. Like, for somehow he just happens to win every single game endgame and never misses it. Like, When he needs to clutch, he clutches. It's absolutely incredible watching him play. He's probably the #1 guy I'd say to watch play late game. That's where he absolutely demolishes everyone and absolutely goes off and then himself like 5 to 6 kills. And again, like I said, always hitting that clutch. So if I were you, if you guys want to learn more about endgame, I'd highly recommend watching Bizzle because he's an absolute god. Coming in at number 5, we have the previous FaZe member, but tfue, I guess we can just call him now instead of FaZe tfue. Yeah, we all know who he is. One of the most recognizable players in all of Fortnite, besides like mongraal ninja. Probably one of the best players in the game, if not the best. But he has only qualified week 3 solos. Him and Cloaksy have yet to qualify in the duos. But yeah, this guy obviously could easily be considered in the top three players of all time and top 3 players of right now. Was a little bit hard, but I want to give some other guys a couple chances who I think have performed a little bit better in the World Cup than tfue has. Granted, tfue was streaming in front of 250,000 people and he somehow managed to qualify, which absolutely blows my mind. I don't know how someone can qualify with literally that many people watching him. Pretty incredible, but we all know him. He's been playing esports for like 6-7 years and he doesn't even care anymore. Like, he's just so naturally calm when it comes to people watching him in intense games. He's like, oh, I'm gonna win this, I'm the best, I'm better than all of you guys. Pretty big confidence. But yeah, we all know about kind of what's happening with it between him and FaZe right now. Hasn't really done anything towards his gameplay because he's obviously still qualified during week 3 solos. But yeah, definitely one of the best players in this game. Again, could definitely be considered in the top 3, but want to give a couple people more of a shot. And now let's get into the top 4. Coming in at number 4, we have the young European pro, Mr. SavageN, or Energy Mr. SavageN, who, again, all of you guys probably know by now as an absolute god. He's one of the younger pros in all of Fortnite, I think he is. I think he's 14 as well. And he qualified week 2 duos with BenjiFish, who will come later on in this list, and week 5 solos. Now, a bunch of you guys probably know this. He's probably one of the fastest like editors and escape artists in all of Fortnite. He plays on I think 1200 DPI, and everything he does is just so mechanically fast. It's just incredible watching him play. He's just so quick compared to like tfue or most pros. That's just incredible watching him play. And he's also has one of the probably the highest IQ I think of all pros. Like the trap kills he does, the ideas he comes up with to get people's kills. I'm sure you guys have seen the famous clip now where he used a shadow bomb and went up the hill to secure himself the victory royale. Absolutely incredible. He has one of the highest IQs I think I've seen in all of Fortnite. An absolute god. But now let's get to the long-awaited top 3. Coming in at number 3, we have my personal favorite player in all of Fortnite, and that is SecretMongraal. Now, he somehow has been struggling with the solos. I don't know why. We all know him. He's the absolute solo squad master. He's so good at solos. He's always winning tournaments. Well, not tournaments, but online tournaments. Not for money, but just like in the qualifiers or stuff like that. He's doing really well. I think he finished on the open qualifiers at the top place in the EU, but for some reason he's been choking in the finals recently. But don't worry, we still have 2 more weeks left. He could even qualify tonight once this video goes up. I don't know, we'll see how it all goes. But yeah, most of you guys already know mongraal. I don't really need to go that much in depth. He's one of the funniest pro players I think, and also just an absolute god to watch. He's incredible. But I think I mentioned this, but he qualified week 2 duo, and his partner is Ghost Izza, the controller guy that we talked about at number 8. But yeah, these two just absolutely stomp people. They are both gods, and mongraal, again, easily top 3. He hasn't qualified for solo yet, which is the reason I haven't ranked him a little bit higher. But yeah, we all know he's really good, has probably one of the highest chances to win World Cup. And now let's get into number 2. Coming in at number 2, we have another European young pro, and it is BenjiFish. Now, this guy wasted no time getting to the World Cup, qualifying in the week 1 solos and week 2 duos with Mr. SavageN. And he's probably one of the best players in today's game. He's, again, really young. He's done a couple of interviews online with Mr. Savage. If you guys want to go watch that, I highly recommend it. But yeah, this guy's just an absolute god. Like, if you guys watch his gameplay, he's just so intelligently smart for his rotates, when to push, when not to push. I don't personally think his gameplay is like astonishing like mongraal's or Savage. I don't think it's like, oh my god, this is absolutely crazy. But he's just so intelligent, so smart with the way he plays, that is why he deserves the number 2 spot. Now, coming in at number 1, I'm sure a lot of you guys probably guessed this. He is the most consistent player in all of World Cup, I think, and it is FaZe Dubs, or also known as DubsFN before he got signed to FaZe. Now, this is FaZe Mega's partner, and he qualified week 1 of solos as well as week 6 with FaZe Mega. And this guy's qualified, not including tonight, 4 out of 6 World Cups. Like, just imagine that. He's qualified for the World Cup 4 out of 6 times. I literally, like, imagine that. If he technically could go for all of them, which obviously he couldn't, he'd win $200,000 just by attending, right? This guy has been the most consistent player in all of the World Cup, I find, and he's just an absolute god. Again, he's not one of those astounding players that you're like, oh my god, he's so quick, he's so good. He just does everything right and doesn't mess up. Like, it's just incredible watching this guy because he does not make a mistake. And if someone else makes a mistake, he capitalizes on it so quick. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Comment what you want to see for a future video. I try and reply to all my comments. And if I don't, I'm sorry, but I definitely read it. And yeah, so hopefully you guys have a good day. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Have a good one, guys.